Yeah. We got the rent paid. I got my car paid. Working my job cake. We working till lunch break. I got my phone paid. We working for Ben Frank.
What's up? It's your boy, How D Mitch. You are tuned into one of the hottest podcasts out. We call it No Topic. Where you can do is say anything you want to say, as long as you're not bringing people down without bringing them up. You dig? Now we got a special guest today. He go by the name of
Santino.
Santino was there with me. Came from the Nasty Natty.
Yep.
We got a legend on here, man. Like, I've been following this dude since I started rapping. I remember inbox. You don't remember? I remember inbox. You're like, check out my music video. Check out my music. You be like, oh, that's what's up. What's up? But just for you to reach back, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, okay, hit me back. Cause my eyes, I'm like, man, he doing what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? From the music videos and all that.
Appreciate it.
But to get right into it, besides the music, who is Santino Corleon?
I'm Santino. Like you said, born in Cincinnati, Ohio. I came up a lot of my life in New York City, though, in Brooklyn. That's actually where I started my music career. In like, I say about 2001, I went back to New York City to go to school for the Institute of Audio Research. Kind of bullshitted my way through that. 6 months later, I was in college at Long Island University in Brooklyn.
Man, so you was there.
Yeah.
I'm watching your shit, so I remember you saying you was in New York and shit.
For
One
like
of your songs, you
7
even
years.
said that you was talking about being in New York.
Yep, off and on for 10 years, like 7 straight, and then came home, regrouped, went back, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I was back living there just as long as probably 5 years ago, 5-6 years ago.
Yeah,
6 years ago, because 5 years ago I was in LA, so
Hell yeah.
I just been back and forth so much.
That's fire, man. You got any kids?
Yeah, I got one. I mean, I got 3 because I got 2 stepchildren.
Dope.
And then I have a 3-year-old son.
Man.
He's rowdy.
So love you even more for that, man. It takes a big and an African American man to do something like
Thank
that.
you.
We don't get enough recognition
for
for
sure.
shit like that.
Yeah, I'm packing them up and moving them to Los Angeles in June. So
LA, man.
big things
Hell
going
yeah,
on.
we gonna get into all that.
Yeah.
All right, we gonna get into that right there. Okay, so what high school did you go to?
I went to Finneytown.
Finneytown.
Yeah.
I think one of your pictures, one of your songs, you had number 32 on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 33. Yeah, that was like an
33.
8th grade basketball. Yeah,
Okay.
I played like at 7th, 8th, and 9th basketball. That's it.
That's it.
That was
Okay.
it. I'm not
I was
much
about
of
to
a
ask you,
hooper.
my next, do you play sports growing
I
up?
was
You
a
know what I'm
baseball
saying?
and a football player. I would have went to. I played American collegiate baseball growing up. Select team. I'd play on multiple teams. Like my whole childhood was baseball for real. And then high school, I was a decent football player. Got Southwest Ohio accolades, stuff like
Okay.
that. You know what I mean?
That's dope. You was
Yeah.
getting it in.
And I played semi-pro football not too long. Like before the music kind of took off. That's what I was doing.
Same here. I played semi-pro all throughout the
there
natty,
you go.
man. That shit was for the birds, though, because if you get hurt and you
It's
got
a
work
wrap.
the next day.
It's a wrap. That's why I'm like, well, I'm not going to the league, and if I bust a knee up, you know.
Hell yeah. So who was like your big influence growing up in life without the music? Like who influenced you the most growing up?
Just in general or just
Yeah,
musically?
in general.
I'd probably say my parents, you know what I'm saying? My mom's super encouraging of anything that I ever wanted to do.
Was they together?
Yeah. My stepfather raised me, but he's my dad, you know what I'm saying? He's been around since I was 2 years old. I don't know anything else. I call him dad, so that's what I mean when I say dad. Yeah, they've been together. I mean, they're still together now. Like my dad was a bus driver for 30 years, so I kind of got that work ethic from him, like getting up, like, granted, I'm not a bus driver, but you know what I'm saying? Just
woke
getting
up
up every day and doing
seeing
what
it
you gotta do.
visually.
Yeah, exactly. And then it kind of taught me, like, I always tell my mom, like, no disrespect to my father, obviously, because working as a bus driver took care of me and provided, a home for me. But it also showed me that's not what I wanted to do in life. Like, I didn't want to work the same job for 30 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's him, though. Like, he's super structured. I always joke with him, like, you OCD. Like, he's robotic. He has to do the same thing every day. You know what I'm saying? So,
Man.
it just showed me, like, all right, I don't want that. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire. So when did you like actually start? When did you make your first rap song? When did you knew that? Hold on, man, I might be pretty good at this.
I think I wrote my first rap song when I was like 9. And then when I guess the first, I mean, I don't want to sound crazy, but probably the first time I recorded, because I was recording let me see. Okay, so I recorded in a friend's basement on a 4-track recorder in like 99 maybe on a tape. And it was me and a couple other dudes. And everybody's like, always be like, man, you sound, I was the better one out of the other people. You know what I'm
definitely got a
saying?
voice, too.
Yeah, so I kind of started thinking then like, oh, okay. And then when I went to Long Island University, I met some, I was like rapping, but I wasn't going around telling people I'm a rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like writing on the low in the crib. And then like I got with some guys who were like actual rappers. So I started getting a little more confident here and there and then start rapping in front of them. And then they'd be like, oh my God, that's crazy. Like, and they from New York. So I'm like, well, you know what I mean? If it was whack, they would have told me like, yo, sit down. So, you know, that then eventually we wound up in a studio in Manhattan. So like my first time really recording, I was in big studios in Manhattan. You know what I mean?
Dope.
So
you started off.
Yeah, I kind of started off
Big,
up there.
quick,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
like
definitely in the room or something with your little laptop.
Right, it definitely. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've recorded in those environments too. But I mean, this is pre, you know, everybody having laptops and stuff like that. So you have to go pay $50 an hour for the studio, and then another $50 an hour for the engineer. You know what I'm saying? So when I would be recording, like it was coming out good. Like, you know what I mean? So I just kind of it inspired me and kind of sparked that. Okay, this is what I want to do. You know what I mean? And then I came back home and started doing shows. So.
Hell yeah.
When the show started, it was like, all right, this is something.
You fire, man.
Thank you,
like, and I don't know, like he made the news.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's fire.
I've been on the news a couple times, actually. I was on the news I'm cool with Derek Baum. He's a politician in the city, a city councilman, and he did a lot of work for the streetcar coming in Cincinnati, and they had like some celebration. And he had me perform at a celebration. So I'm like performing for all these politicians and shit. Like, what the hell is going on here?
Oh,
this is weird.
And it worked like, I mean, one time I performed in front of like some older people. It was like a festival here in Middletown behind a community center. So it was basically like older, like religionist people. And I'm up here,
put your hands up.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, but I guess you take it like, you know, you still get your name out there in a certain type
that,
of
and
light.
you gotta my thing with shows like
That's
that
funny.
It's practice. It's not even practice. It's like you want to be able to turn the crowd. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to be like, oh, I got them, on my side. You know what I'm saying? So I always like doing weird shows like that.
Before I lose that thought, tell the people like, what did you make it on the news for?
Oh yeah, so I just signed a record deal a couple weeks ago with 83 Sounders, a label out in Los Angeles, founded by my boys Out of Sight and Cook Classic. And they basically we make music that's basically gets placed on movies, film, and television. You know what I'm saying? So a record that I had deal with them back in the summertime wound up getting picked up by ABC for Jeopardy's Greatest of All Time tournament. And I didn't find out about that until like New Year's Eve. So like New Year's Eve around this time, I got a phone call. They're like, "Yeah, Jeopardy just picked up one of your songs." I'm like, "Jeopardy? Thank you, man. Appreciate that." Yeah, so it's been a crazy week, you know what I'm saying? And then so the news wound up contacting me. Well, City Beat wrote an article, did a write up, and they dropped that. I didn't even know that was coming, and then it just like exploded throughout the city. And then like the next day, I get a call from somebody at the news. I'm like, I don't even know how to get my number. Like that's some crazy shit. Like, so the news called me and they did an interview. So,
well, that shit fire.
Paola Searles, shout out to her.
Man, congrats, man. You know you're the face of Ohio, right? You're the face of the city. I think, man, if y'all can go back and do your research. I've been following this dude since Facebook
years.
was kind of, man.
Yeah, 10 years.
Go back and look at his old stuff, and it's still fire today.
Thank you,
like,
man.
To me, your old stuff is still new to me.
Thank you.
I still find shit that's not even on your YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
people hit me up all the time. What's that on? I'm like, I don't know.
Fire, man.
Yeah, I probably got about 13 to 14 projects out for real in the last 10 years. I used
Speaking
to do
on that,
one every year.
Good Kid, Mad City freestyle on that All Love.
Yeah.
mixtape.
Thanks for the love, maybe. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like I said, if you do your research,
You listen to stuff. You digging into stuff. I like that.
Go back to the pretty
little thing.
from that video to watching your new video.
Oh yeah. From yeah, for sure. That's how when we first started out. You know what I'm saying? We literally wake up and be like, let's shoot a video today.
You're setting the blueprint right now.
Thank you.
For people like me or rappers coming up, like you even got to tell them how to do it. Go watch my blueprint.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's fire. And just to have you here, and I ain't care that we had to reschedule anything because I understand your place in life and what you're going to. So, I guess I had to get the kids out of here just for you to come through because I was geeking. Like, he coming through because I'm a fan myself.
You could have had him here, man. I got 3 of them. I know how it is.
My son actually wanted to meet you. You know what I'm saying? Because I showed him all your stuff. He coming here? I'm like, yeah, he coming here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I would have been down, man.
My daughter would have been.
Next time.
Iffy. We started out making music on a karaoke machine, putting a mic up to it, hanging up like we was in the studio. We was young boys back in the day.
There you go.
But yeah, what you was saying about Mac Miller?
Oh yeah, I was saying you was telling me about your subscribers and how they were coming up, and I was saying the first show I ever did with Mac Miller, it was like 30 or 40 kids there. 365 days later, he was selling out Bogart. So
That shit crazy.
you know what I'm saying? It just it could be one way one day, and the next it just changes. So what I keep telling people is all a matter of just continuing to do it. Because if you stop, then you will never figure it out.
Hell yeah.
If when your moment's gonna come, you know what I'm saying? So
That shit real.
yeah, it is.
Okay, like you've been doing this a long time. So like, how do you, for people that don't know, like this platform, I want to build people up. For people who don't know how to take a certain route and doing something in their life, career wise, like how do people market themselves? How do an artist market themselves to get themselves out there when they don't know how to take the road? Like, say all of a sudden you want to be a rapper, you just start rapping. How do you get yourself out there?
Well, first of all, I think you got to know who you are as a person. You know what I'm saying? You have to, and that takes time. I can't say I always knew who I was. I think I've always known who I am as a person, but not as an artist. You know what I'm saying? So first you got to find out who you are as a person, then you got to find out who you are as an artist. And I think once you go from there, it kind of just it's natural. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, at the time when I was coming up, I knew I had to infiltrate the party scene. You know what I'm saying? So in order to do that, I just went out every night. You know what I mean? And then there would always be a photographer or something at the club. Take my picture, you know what I'm saying? And then just every week just turn to something, and people would be like, hey, I seen you on, you know what I mean? Such and such, or stop me in the street. And then I'm like, all right. Then I would get people on MySpace. I'd be throughout the city, and people like, hey, you on my MySpace.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, wait a minute, if they know me from MySpace, I need to put my music on this shit. So that's kind of where it started, you know what I'm saying? And then, I don't know, man. Like I said, I just think it's all about finding yourself and what fits for you. Because I could tell you how I got on, but it may not work for you. You know what I'm saying?
Just like Bruce Lee, he formed his own brand of Kung Fu.
It's not a, you know what I'm saying? I'm 38 years old. I kind of break the rules. You know what I'm saying? Just signing a record deal at this age. I got experience though. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the music industry for a long time. Yeah. I was an intern at Def Jam when I was 21 years old. So
damn.
Yeah, I mean, like people know that, but not a lot of people know that. That's where I get a lot of my outside connections from. You know what I'm saying? The people that's fire who basically got me my deal now. I met in New York City in 2002. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
that's crazy.
It's all relationships, and you know what I mean. It ain't what you know, it's who you know. But at the same time, with being an artist, you gotta have the music, you gotta have the catalog, you gotta have the consistency, you know what I'm saying? The persistence. You
definitely got to put the footwork in.
Yeah, it's
but social media is helping us now, but you got to put the footwork in.
I'm like that last generation where we didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So I am blessed to be able to put the pound of pavement part in and the internet part and gel them. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people just sit behind that fucking computer and think, oh, you know what I mean? Like, nah, you got to still get yourself out there. It's easy for a motherfucker to tell you no when they on this computer. But when you're in front of their face, you know what I'm saying? So
you can feel your energy too.
I always would put myself in situations where I knew that it could, I could probably gain something out of it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be going to a show and meeting the promoter or meeting the artist or the artist's manager. Hey, let me get your contact. You know, saying contact, not be annoying, but next time they come through here, I'm the dude that they're hitting up because I talked to them the last time they were here. You know what I'm saying? Just little shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's
but
fire.
I've been doing it so long, it's just second nature. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, you giving game to me as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's fire.
It's just a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
People look at you and probably think it's not saying it's hate, but like they don't understand all the work you put behind the scenes. Like just taking a picture at the party and people seeing your face. Like, that's dope.
I mean, even the new shit. Like, I was out fucking running when they called. I was running like 6 miles that day, and I come back and my wife's like, "Hey, the news called," and I'm like, dope. Oh, that's what's up. So I had to call them back. I'm like, when you got, they want to do a story. So I'm like, when y'all want to do it? They're like, today. I just ran 6 miles. I'm like, yo, can I go to the barbershop real quick? Like, they're like, nah, we want to try to get it on tonight. Like, you just got to make it work. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things. Like, I mean, I used to go back and forth to New York City on buses if I had to. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the shit we don't see, too.
Yeah, that's the shit we don't see.
We see the final product of what's going on.
I've done millions of free shows. I've done a lot of shit for free. I don't necessarily... See, the thing that bothers me about these new artists is they make demands off top, like you've done nothing. So, you know what I'm saying?
Not putting nobody down, man. It's rappers in this own city, like
in this own city, or trying to charge you for verses. Like, bro, like This song is not
we
gonna
ain't
do
nobody
anything.
yet, y'all.
Yeah, I'm nobody.
Man.
That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Even for
No.
you to sit here and say I'm a legend, I look at myself as a nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I go back. I know real rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm still from the real rap era. I'm 30. Like, I'm still in that era. You know what I'm saying? So, like, watching your shit, I'm like, man, like, he for real rapping. You ain't talking that gangster talk. I mean,
oh, no.
But you do in certain times, but I know it's real.
Well,
if it come down to something, I know you down to
but that's the thing.
You know
I know myself. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not about to be. I don't fucking hustle, so I'm not gonna be rapping about that. I have boys that done that and have the ups and downs of that lifestyle, but I just never felt the point of glorifying it. I grew up a big piece of my life in the projects in Brooklyn. I've seen it all. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just never wanted to glorify
that's
that
just
shit.
crazy about the New York shit, for real.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I know you said you went there like
8 days after 9/11. I was 8 days after 9/11. I was 19 years old. The shits was still smoking and everything. Like, it was crazy. I was there a week before, and then I was there a week after 9/11. So it was just a whole crazy time period. And it kind of like, if there was a movie in my life and my career, it would start off with 9/11.
I got one random ass question. How did you get the bikers in that turn up video? Hey, in that video, I wanted to be there. Like, it looked like it was such a good time. Y'all was partying. I was like, man, I wish I was there, man. Like,
it was a good time.
How did you get them bikers in? Because in my head,
my buddy Kyle Ayers,
bikers in here.
He's from the east side of town, like Glen Estee. Well, that's the high school, but east side, like Batavia in that area. And I was like, yo, I need I wanted to do like a scene where, you know, me and the homies walked into the bar, and it was like a biker bar.
I said he bold.
And then they all showed up. They had a good time, and I mean, I'm still in contact with some of them dudes too.
That's
actually,
dope. Yeah, it was a good time. And I was
I
like,
try to do stuff
I wish I
out
was
the
there.
box.
No, you been out the box.
Yeah.
It's a couple Bad Day or Having a Bad Day song.
Yeah, down on the farms and that down there in
that
Kentucky.
spoke to me.
Thank you.
I was like, man, he going in like. Because we all have our days, and people look at you in this glamorous light because of social media. They don't know you still, like you said, taking the bus ride. They don't understand, like, you still gotta
grind.
You still. People meet with my podcast and my music videos. They be thinking I'm up here, not knowing I'm still paying these bills. I got kids and shit. Like, people. I got in a fight with
I got an argument with my dad today. I wrote that. That's what that came from. I'm having a bad day. So I was like, let me just write.
And that Mustang was dope.
Yeah, thank you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. That's my wife's cousin's Mustang. Actually, Tanner. Shout out to Tanner. Man. And that her parents live down there in Morning View, Kentucky. So I was like, hey, let's just shoot a video down here. You know what I mean? Like I said, I try to do things outside the box. Like, what's the point of like, oh, let's go get a cool ass car, a bunch of bitches, and a bottle, and 17 dusty niggas, and let's go stand in front of a building, and that's the video. Like, nah, that ain't even entertaining.
The video's dope. That villain.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
You talking about some Hollywood, some real? I'm waiting for the movie to come out type shit. Like the way the swag was on there, I was like, man, it's some gangster Santino Corleon shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Fire. Man.
We that took a lot of planning, and I mean, I don't want to say a lot of planning, but it just kind of getting everybody on the same page. And usually, it's easier to shoot a video when it's just me and the cameraman. You know what I'm saying? But getting everybody on the same page, I wrote that whole treatment out. For real? I produced the whole thing. Not the music, but I mean, I produced the actual video. So it's just fun. I like doing shit like that. They keep me busy. You know what I'm saying? It's bored. Like I
can go all day with it. I got another one for you too. I can go all day with it. The baby mama.
The baby mama. That was a fun one too. That was me and Lunar's first video, and the guy playing Maury is one of my best friend's dad growing up. So it's like I just implement these little things in my video. But just the fact
you that creative, like I said, give people like me, like, man,
thank you.
I'm just shooting my video, man. I'm just rapping, but he really putting content behind it.
Well, see, I grew up watching. You know, my mom tells me stories about when her and my dad were dating. We'd go over to his apartment, and 3-4 o'clock in the morning, I'm on the couch watching videos. So it's just something I always kind of been into, and it translated over into my career. Now I got people hitting me up like wanting me to direct their video and shit like that. I'm like,
it's a little lick.
When I get the time, you know, I'm definitely down in that. And now being out in LA and the people that I'm with in LA, like, it's even gonna get crazier with the videos and stuff now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm happy to see your come up, man. I'm gonna continue to watch like I've been all these years, and like I said, I never thought I was gonna do a podcast and to be sitting next to you. Thank you. It's a pleasure, man.
Thank you.
And we're back. Thank you guys for tuning in. No Topic. We got the legend out here, Santino
working.
Corleon. Okay.
We dropped the Corleon. My label did.
Just Santino?
It's just gonna be Santino now. for marketing purposes. But hey, it's better. I'm trying to become a household name at this point. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? The Santino Corleon took me this far. It's time to kind of blossom into something new.
A new leaf, man. 2020.
They called me the other day. I'd actually thought about it because my mom don't like it. Santino, my real name, but she's like, "Why you gotta be Santino Corleon?" I'm like, "You name me that." Like, obviously, you named me Santino Corleon.
In the song you mentioned that you said something about Santino.
Oh, yep.
My mom named me that
so people wouldn't forget me.
Forget you.
Yep. She's like,
Right
that's
there
why
with
she
you,
told me
brother.
that. Yep.
Right there with you, brother. I told you, man.
You are. You done your
Man,
research. That's what's up.
Nah,
I'm honored.
Like I said, when I've been rapping around, when I got serious and seen you do a video, I was like, I gotta do a video now. I swear, my first video, I think I sent it to you, said something, you was like, man, that's slick, keep doing your thing. You didn't put me down. You didn't say it was whack. You just said keep
I ain't
doing
in the
your
business of doing that. You know what I'm saying?
But I got a question, man. You gotta give me a number for this answer.
Okay.
Though. Okay. How many tracks you think you've done? How many songs you think you've done?
All together?
Like, all together. Do you got a number?
I was just
on
talking to my wife about this the other day. So if you count, I was like kind of like the stuff I had on iTunes the other day. I was like looking at it and I was like looking at the track list numbers and I was kind of counting. And just stuff on iTunes was about 50 songs. Probably all together, probably about 500. You know what I'm saying?
All together?
All together, yeah.
Okay. Leads you up to the next one.
Yeah.
Do you ever get writer's block?
Hell yeah, all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I don't feel bad for
Nah,
myself.
you never see. You know what? I have to ask my friends who are platinum artists. Yo, do you get writer's block? Because you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit I learned being around people who are better or bigger than me and doing better, bigger things. I realized, okay, they're human too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because that'll fuck with you. Like you said, now you don't feel so bad. So when I was told that by people who are established artists on the charts, Billboard, and they're like, fuck, I get writer's block all the fucking time. Dude, that's all I needed to hear. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be feeling bad. Like, but
crazy.
I mean, with me, what puts me in a writer's block is mundaneness. Like, if I'm just kind of in the same spot all the time, doing the same thing day in and day out, then what is there to write about? Like, you know what I'm saying? I put my life into my music, so if I'm just kind of not doing anything, I don't really have nothing to write about. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'll get on a plane and go to New York, go to LA, just change my scenery.
Man, okay, so like, how many shows you think you've done?
Hundreds. It's in the hundreds. I've toured, so I've been touring for off and on for like 4 or 5 years now.
Do you still get nervous going on stage?
I guess more like an anxiousness, like let's do this shit, like let's get it, not to get it over with, but I'm excited. So I was just like, but I always tell it's
Like
just
all
one
them
thing.
people though.
No, I don't know.
Some of that shit, but I looked at one. It is, man.
Yeah, the biggest crowds I've done is 20,000. I've done 20,000 like once, 10,000, or 20,000 once, 15,000 like twice, 10,000, and then like 7,000, 5,000, 2,000, like shit like that. And then I've done shows with 3 people. You know what I'm saying? Like it just it is what it is. But I do get this thing where right before I go on, I'm just like, I realize everybody has fear. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not that I be scared, but it's this thing in me where I can see where it would stop people from doing what I do. So where right as I'm walking onto that stage, I feel like, oh shit, like where I could be like, fuck this, I'm not doing it. Right, you know what I mean? Like I can feel where that thought starts to come in, like, I ain't about to do this, and then I'm just like, nah, fuck yeah, you are. So I go out and I do it, but I can understand how some people would be like, oh hell nah, like, you know what I'm saying?
People think they want that shit until you right there.
Oh yeah,
they got to put on a show.
Then you got to entertain 20,000 fucking people. You know what I'm saying? You got to get them attentive into what you're doing, which is fun. You know what I'm saying? Crowd surfing and shit like that. Just I've always been a natural performer.
You done that?
What? That's all. I'm like, I was the first. I don't want to say I'm the only one now, but I was the first Cincinnati rapper to crowd surf anywhere at a show. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you think I'm geeked to have you on? Just to hear the inside shit like
that's
that.
That's what we do with some rock star shit.
That shit is fire.
It's the festivals. When you do the festivals, it's easier to crowd surf.
Hell yeah. So out of all the places you've been, when have you been like starstruck or seen a celebrity? Or
I ain't never been starstruck per se, but I met Jay-Z when I was 18, and that was probably the one where I'm just like, I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy because I tried out for MTV, want to be a VJ when I was 18. It's basically to be the host of TRL, and it was in North Carolina, and Jay-Z wound up being like the performing artist there. They didn't tell us that. Like, it was like a surprise. Jay-Z been my favorite rapper since I was 12. Excuse me. So he shows up, and he happens just to get out his limo right next to where I am.
Damn.
Comes up and shake our hands, the most awkward handshake ever, because I go to dap him up. but he shakes my hand. So it's
He's
just like,
professional?
yeah, he's like weird, but he's doing the professional thing. I'm doing the dab up. So it's just this weird, awkward hand thing going on. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? One time I've met Diddy twice.
What?
And it's a story about that. So I was in South by Southwest in Texas, and we're at the Fader tent, which is Fader magazine, and they have a big tent. And They have like a lot of performers there, but like you gotta get South by Southwest so political now. Like you gotta know somebody basically. But it's a tent, so I can see through this crack in the tent. Bun B's on stage.
Oh damn!
I'm like, I'm about to watch this. Like I'm in Texas. Bun B on stage. Who don't watch Bun B in Texas? You know what I'm saying? If you're a real hip hop fan, like you know what I'm saying. So the people I was with at the time, they didn't want to come over to where this crack was in the fence, so I go anyway. But I wound up in the back of the tent. Because I'm always trying to work my way into somewhere I ain't really supposed to be. I'm just going to act like I'm supposed to be there. So basically, I'm the guy who I'd rather ask for forgiveness than permission. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back in this little area I ain't supposed to be in. I just see all these PA people, production assistants, going crazy. They're like on their walkie-talkies, like, we don't know where to put the bus. And then at the time, Jay-Z and Justin Timberlake had a song out, Suit and Top. Everybody thought it was going to be Jay and Timberlake showing up. So this tour bus pulls up. And somebody gets off, because where I'm at, you can't tell who gets off the bus. But like this form of crowd forms of the, they kind of surround whoever got off the bus. So as they get closer and closer, I realize it's Puff in French Montana. Damn. So Puff walks like right by me. And I'm like, yo, what's up, Puff? Like, he was like, and kept it moving.
Damn. He was bougie in the
I look
moment.
Back, like there was a lot going on. You know what I'm saying?
In the move.
It wasn't just like, it wasn't a thing where it was like me and him. Like, you bitch ass nigga. It wasn't just me and him. You know what I mean? There's a lot going on. So I turn around, I look at my boys, they getting weak because they just seen Puff walk right by me. Like, I said, oh, this bitch ass nigga. So while I'm going back to where my boys are, I see these black SUVs pull in, and then I assume, oh, they gonna get in those SUVs and when they leave, so it won't be that crazy of a situation like it was when they were coming in. So we leave. 45 minutes later, we on the other side of Austin, Texas. Literally the other side of Austin, Texas. We're driving down the street, and then I'm just looking out the window on some casual shit. I'm looking out the window, we pass this, like, I see this big ass dude outside and this chick. And I'm like, hey, that's Cassie. And it was fucking Puff girlfriend at the time. Yeah. So I'm like, man, I tell my boy, turn around, man. We about to go get a picture with her. Puff ain't shake my hand. Fuck him. Yeah. We get a picture with his bitch. You know what I'm saying? So we turn around. We go around the block. And when we get back around, guess what's parked outside the restaurant now? What? The black SUVs. So that means Puff's there now. Like damn, we just ran this nigga twice. So we outside. That's crazy. And you see outside it's this big ass nigga, which is his security. I found out who it is when I get later on the story. I'll tell you. So it's the big nigga, Puff, and Cassie, and they just standing outside this restaurant, and there's nobody else on the street. So I tell my dude, pull over. Like I'm gonna just get out the car and be walking down the street on some casual shit. Like, oh, Puff, you know what I'm saying? That's my plan in my head, right? So he wants to see him, so he pulled past. I want him to pull back here so I can walk. If they're here, park here. I'm just gonna walk down the street. Like he want to see him though, so he wound up passing him. So I just hop out the car. Like, man, stop the car. Like, so now they behind me. So mind you, there's nobody on the street. Car stop. I jump out. The first thing I see, Puff on his phone, and he laughing. And he like, we getting money now, Rock. Oh, I know who that is. Rock was Biggie Boy that took the gun charge for him before he blew up. So if Rock don't take that gun charge, there is no Notorious Big. You know what I'm saying? So he did a bid for Biggie. Come home, Biggie took care of him for real. Like now he do security for Puff. Like that's crazy. Big nigga. Like so. I'm thinking like, what the fuck is Puff looking at in his phone, yelling, "We getting money now"? Like you been getting money. Like what the fuck happened? Like you know what I'm saying? So they literally Rock just instantly I catch his eyes. Like, because it's just me on the street. So I catch his eyes like, I'm like stuck now because I'm like, what the fuck I'm going to do now? So I'm like, what's up, Puff? Hold on, let me rewind. When I left the Fader tent, my boy's laughing because I got played, right? I'm like, fuck that. Next time Puff see us, he going to know us. You know what I'm saying? I literally say that. 45 minutes later, we run into the nigga again. So then I'm like, yo, what's up, Puff? He like, what's up? Then I just get back in the car. They laughing again. I'm like, what the fuck's so funny? They say, yo, I thought you said next time we see Puff, he gonna know us. I said, bitch ass nigga, I know it's gonna be 45 minutes later. Like, you know what I'm saying? So cut to 2 years later, maybe a year later. I'm at a party in Brooklyn at this place called Rubber Track Studio. So I'm at this party at Rubber Track Studio in Brooklyn. And it's like it's an invite only kind of industry type of thing. And they got a lot of performers coming through, like, but big name performers. Like,
that's when he's with the Def Jam?
No. I wasn't with Def Jam then. This is probably 5-6 years ago. When it was when Revolt TV started.
Okay. It's
So
Diddy shit, ain't it?
Yeah, that's Diddy shit. So we are at this party, like Cameron's there. I'm in the room with I want to say it's Kendall Jenner, one of the Jenners, because my boy texts me and he's like, bro, you in the room with Kylie Jenner? It might have been Kylie. You in the room with Kylie Jenner right now? I'm like, who the fuck is that? Because at the time I don't give a fuck about any of that.
Right.
So I'm like, he's like, dude, that's fucking Kim Kardashian's little sister. I'm like, how do you know I'm even in the room with them? I tweeted a picture. So she tweets a picture too, and he could tell, like, wait a minute, he in the same room. Like, so I'm like, this is crazy. I'm in a room with fucking Jaden and Willow Smith, fucking Mary J. Blige, Cameron. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Man, my question was like that. I'm like, who's the person you seen, like, ever been to a show and you seen somebody you start, man, you done been around these peoples, man.
Yeah, man. And so I go to this park. I got an all access pass because my management at the time knew the people at the studio, so they got us in basically. Fine. So I got this pass, so basically you can go in this back room and go get free drinks. So I go back there to get me and my boy some drinks. So I'm coming out this room and I'm backing out the room. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't got no hands free. So I'm like pushing the door with my back and I come out the door and boom. Diddy. I said, hold up, man. I gotta tell you something. He just looking at me crazy, like he obviously don't fucking know who I am.
That's funny, man.
So I tell him the story about Texas, and he's like, he listening to me and everything. He's like, oh, for real? He's like, you want to shake my hand now? I said, no, I'm good. And I laughed, like, I said, nah, for real. So we dab it up. I said, can we get a picture? Like, so we take a picture, and then like at this one point, he's leaving the party. And this is later, and I'm leaving. Like I'm walking out, but I get a stiff arm by this big ass security dude, like, cause like Puff in front of me, I'm just trying to walk around and go out, right? Dude stiff arm me like you ain't allowed to walk around him, like dead ass. The security like you can't walk around him. So I get caught within the security bubble. So I'm walking outside the spot, but everybody thinks I'm with Puffy because I'm inside the bubble. You know what I'm saying?
Walk around him.
Yeah. So I get outside and take another selfie with him. So that's why in the Blood on the Leaves freestyle I say. For them, I had no pity. Dre got me out in parties. I'm taking selfies with Diddy, so that's where that comes from. Shout out to Diddy.
Man, that's a lot, man.
So I call my boy like, bitch ass nigga, I told Puff the story. Like, here's the pictures.
That's crazy. You done any class with anybody like that?
Just out of sight, and working with Cook Classics right now. And they're, you know, a lot of people might not have never heard of them, but they're kind of pop artists. Well, out of sight, or excuse me, Cook is a producer who has credits from Beyonce to, he produced that, I'm on diamond cause they really diamonds. Kevin Gates, he produced that joint. You know, credits out the asshole and fucking placements and movies and shit like that. So I'm working with them right now.
Dang,
I never got a chance to collab with Mac, but our relationship was different. We were more on some like just homies for real, and he was touring and just basically let me come out on the road with him and just kind of show me the ropes. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you the GOAT, man. I see you got the album coming out, the GOAT.
Well, no, it's just a single.
Single?
Yeah, it's a song. The one that they took for Jeopardy.
Where can these people like find all your shit at, man?
I'm everywhere. All the digital streaming sites. Santino Corleon. That's Corleon with no E. Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, all that shit.
So when you moving to LA?
In June. In June, we gotta wait for the kids to get done with school and all that. So it's just a big process. I lived in LA before. I've moved countless times from LA to New York, and this time it's different because I got my whole family coming with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's a fun experience. They're excited. You know, the new business venture we got going on is exciting. So it's just
one video you had
time.
The whole Compton look.
We were probably in.
videos.
Oh, we weren't in Compton there. Oh yeah, that's Long Beach.
How'd
yeah.
you get that bike?
That's my cousin's bike. My cousin lives in LA.
Yeah, all the right props.
He knew. I hit him up. I'm like, yo, I'm shooting this video. Can I come get your bike? And he actually helped us with that video.
Together,
Shout out Rich, my cousin in Long Beach. That's who I used to live with in Long Beach, actually. And then I wound up coming back here, and then maybe about a year later, my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, got pregnant with our son. So kind of stayed here, took a little break to kind of figure out how to be a parent and do this. Yeah. Then I got super miserable and depressed because I wasn't doing this. And I actually took jobs at one point.
I know how that is.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got to fight through that. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
We all been there.
Man, just like knowing all this is make me like appreciate your craft better.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm happy you came on here, man. Like, and I know you got to go. I think you got to go to the Wiz after this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
We're moving around.
Media press
day. Yeah,
for sure, brother. But the last
I'll be on Q102 January 31st.
Okay.
With John at 3 p.m. They're gonna debut the song up there too.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, man. And you from Ohio.
Yes,
you know what I'm
sir.
saying? That's my man. I rep
sir.
Ohio.
I reps
Ohio
it.
boys all the way, man. This is the last part. I like to do a speed round with the guests.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So answer the questions as fast as you can, best as you can.
All right, I like this.
All right, man. What's the first thing you do when you wake up?
Get high.
Get high, please. As a kid growing up, what'd you want to be?
Professional baseball player.
Okay.
And a rapper for real. Honestly, it was either one of the two.
That's dope.
Made one
You already
happen.
had that in your mind. That's what's dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I have a friend actually. Well, someone I went to high school with, and he literally says, I don't per se remember it, but he's like, dude, you told me when we were kids that you was gonna grow up to be a rapper. He's like, I swear to God, he swore on his kid. I was like, I believe you. I just don't remember it.
What was you doing in that video when you was hyped up?
Which one?
The
bad guy?
You was going to know. He showed like an old clip of you.
Oh yeah. That's
I wonder what he was doing because you went around.
We were listening to No Limit Soldiers.
So somebody out the way.
Yeah, well, I think that was like my part to rap. Like we were doing No Limit Soldiers. And that's funny. I'm still friends with those guys. I've been friends with them guys since I was 9 years old. So, and my buddy who's in that video, that was his idea. He was like, "Why don't you get the?" Because our friend's mom had a bunch of that old home video footage. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Yo, hit up Patty and see if you can get that and put it in the video."
You was hype. That
was like 2 weeks before my 17th birthday.
Man, okay. From all the places you traveled, what was your favorite?
California.
Okay. All right. Ask you this question. I was about to say, from all the shows you've done, have you ever been starstruck? But Fruit Loops or Apple Jacks?
Fruit Loops.
Okay. Tupac or Nas?
Nas.
Okay. What's the craziest thing you ever done?
Whew. Does it have to be like in rated or anything?
Anything. No topic. There's no topic, man.
I once banged a girl and her mom in the same night.
They didn't know.
The mom knew, but I don't know if the daughter do. Because I was like messing with the daughter.
But that's hilarious.
And then I was leaving. It was some out of porn, I swear. I'm leaving. And then the mom like, hey, she comes out of her room like I'm trying to get out the door type of shit. I'm thinking, oh, fuck. Like her mom about to say something because I was just cracking her daughter in the other room. Her mom like, hey, come here real quick. Like,
that's
and then
that's definitely
my wife knows this stuff, so
okay.
You know what I'm saying? She knows everything. Don't try to be I'm coming to you as a woman.
You hear what he said on this?
I seen his podcast.
Man, okay. If you was arrested with no explanation, what would your friends or family assume you done?
I'm gonna just say the worst. How about that?
The worst?
Yeah, I can't pinpoint anything in particular, but they would assume the worst.
Hot dogs or hamburgers?
Hamburgers.
Favorite pair of shoes of all time?
Jordan 3 cement 3s.
Okay, them fire. Drink or smoke?
I smoke weed and I casually, socially drink. This might be the first beer I've drank, and I can't even tell you.
Fire, man. I wish I could blaze down, to be honest. If you had to choose any celebrity to be president, who would you pick? Jay-Z. Who's your celebrity crush?
Danny Lay.
Top 3 favorite industry artists?
Jay-Z.
Is that in order?
Jay-Z is always first for me.
Dope.
Like right now, I'm listening to a lot of Meek Mill right now. I'll go with Meek, and then I'll add in Jada. Kiss.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm tripping.
Jada Kiss. Yeah.
Okay. How many chickens will it take to kill a wolf?
A lot.
You ain't got no number for it. What's your number?
420.
420.
I'm a stoner.
Let's get it. If you had to choose one animal to help you win a fight, what will it be?
A lion.
Lion, yes, sir. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or Martin?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Fresh Prince, because I've been to that house.
What? God,
Facts.
dog.
I ain't been inside, but I've been to the house.
That's fire.
It's not actually in Bel-Air. It's in Brentwood.
Bam.
Yeah.
Eminem or Biggie?
Biggie.
Biggie. Okay. If you had to choose your favorite host from 106 & Park, will it be Roxy and Terrence or AJ and Free?
I want to say AJ and Free because I've actually met them.
That's fire, bro.
I met them in college.
Damn.
In Virginia, yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah.
All right, if you had to choose one superhero power, what would it be?
The time travel.
Time travel.
Yeah, come back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
Nickelodeon or Disney?
Nickelodeon all day. I'm 38. I grew up on that.
Oh, yeah. Beyonce or Rihanna?
Oh, man, that's a tough one. I want to say Rihanna.
Okay. Top 5 favorite local rappers?
I want to say Oski, Monty Benjamin. This is no order. Monty Benjamin, Oski. Who else I fucks with? I like Lamont Fremont. He a battle rapper for real. Big Cam is another one of my favorite. And
Cam go in.
yeah,
I just got hip to him.
Dude, he can fucking rap to
Yeah.
any fucking thing and
I heard
make
him on
it
some
sound
video
good.
game shit.
Yo, he went viral for rapping over a fucking Selena song.
For real?
Yeah, like
He be going in.
bro, he rapped on Triller. He rapped on fucking Selena shit, and then put it out, and the shit went viral. Like D-Ray Davis just posted that shit on his Instagram the other day. Like,
Hey, shout out
I mean,
to
he
him,
went
man.
viral. Like, yeah, that's my dude.
I just seen him at Lolo's event.
Oh,
too.
where? Yeah. I was supposed to be there, but my son was sick that day. Yeah, Cam. I really honestly fuck with Showtime has always been one of my favorite. He always Donnie Maserati now, but he always inspired me. K Riley always inspired me.
Riley,
because
he
he
brought him
always
out.
would be like, I was nothing in the scene, and he would be like, this is before, cause you know I have a college type of fan base per se, and then so before I used to be signed to a label here called Natty Boy Records. Shout out my boy Bino, and Bino used to record K Riley and Showtime and Crossing them during the whole Garnett era. And so I'd be at shows and I'd be like on the show, but I'd be like, go. So K Riley does a song with Gucci Man, That Boy Code.
Yeah.
They have Gucci come to do the video. They shoot some of the video here and some in LA. They have the part here, it was at a club called Club Exchange. Now I'm down there but can't get in, and I am outside looking in the window through a crack watching them shoot
it's on
this
the
video.
scene, though. That's
And I tell K Riley all the time, like, bro, that was a big moment for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just watching that. And it inspired me to kind of just keep going. You know what I'm saying? I always tell him that, like, yo, I thank him for that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these cats, like,
crazy.
even when I first came up, I always wanted to be like, I want Hot Tech to know who I am. Now he knows who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just a lot of things that, you know, you just got to keep working.
Man.
It's a grind. It took me 20
so
years.
who was
to
your
get
top
here.
5 again? For
Oh, yeah,
shout 'em
Oski,
out if
Cam.
y'all watching.
Monty C. Benjamin, Good Luck B, Barbie Girl. I fucks with him heavy. He got some joints, and then Donnie Maserati.
Dope, man. Shout out to y'all in the
Shout out
city,
to
man.
y'all. My man's.
Coming from one of the goats right here, the legend right
Thank you,
here,
man.
man.
Honored.
Santino, man. Like I said, I wrap up the podcast, but I always like the guests to give some people some inspiring words to, you know,
Don't
for their
ever
life.
don't ever let anyone tell you what you can do for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like what you know about you. Like, you know how many people told me that I couldn't do this or shouldn't be doing that, or you should probably think about doing something else. You know what I'm saying? So you know what's good for you. You know what I'm saying? So don't let anybody tell you what's good for you. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, dope, man. Y'all heard it from the GOAT himself, man. And like I said, I look up to this man. He got a whole lot of shit out there. Go on YouTube and look up Santino.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. You'll
You
be
know
there
what
for a
I'm
while.
He doing big things. He about to move to LA in June.
Yeah, yep. And you're going to be hearing my records on a lot more stuff than just Jeopardy commercials, I promise.
Hell yeah, man. And thank you guys for tuning in to No Topic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No topic. Yeah. We got the rent paid. Ha, I got my car paid. Ha, working my job cake. Ha, we working till lunch break. I got my phone paid. We working for Ben Frank.